So today's going to be a little bit different. I thought I would take all of the tablets that I've reviewed from 2024 and rank them in a tier list. Just keep in mind, these are only the tablets that I've reviewed on the channel for 2024. So let me know if I left something out, or if you don't agree with my rankings, let me know that in the comments as well. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's start off with probably some of the worst tablets that I've reviewed this year, which is the Blackview Tab 9, Teclas T60, and Doogee T30s. The build quality is not great. All three of these feel pretty cheap. The screen feels pretty low end on all three of these, and they just don't feel as nice to use compared to all the other tablets in this video. Plus, you're probably not going to get much as far as software support goes. So if you're thinking about one of these tablets, I would probably look at some of the other higher ranked options available. But every now and then I try one of the off-brand ones. That may change in the future, but as far as these three tablets go, yeah, it's going to be a solid E tier for me at the highest. Now, if you need a tablet for drawing or taking notes, the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite is probably your best cheap option or entry-level option. It's got decent battery life, but one downside to the S6 Lite is you don't have video out, and the screen could be a little better quality. I know with mine, I had a screen bleed issue. Hopefully it's not that way with everyone's. It's not going to have the best performance, and the design overall is a little bit dated considering it hasn't changed since 2020, but because you have the S Pen included, which works really nice on here, I feel like this one's easily B tier. Now, the Redmi Pad SE 8.7 inch is actually a pretty good affordable small tablet. I feel like it could have better screen resolution and better performance, but I do like this size for gaming. It's pretty comfortable in the hands and is just easy to handle. But it only starts with 4 GB of RAM, so I had to drop this one down a bit, but it's fairly similar to the Galaxy Tab A9. It also takes a micro SD card for expanded storage, plus it'll probably get 2 years security updates, so it could be a little better for software support. This one's got really good battery life at about 9.5 hours in my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of small tablet options out there, but at least Redmi is at least attempting a small tablet, so I put this one at a solid C tier. Now, the iPad Mini 7 is probably one of the most popular tablets right now, and for good reason. It's got really nice build quality, although sometimes it feels a little too wide to hold with one hand in my opinion. But I've used the previous iPad Mini 6 to make videos for my YouTube channel, so it's got pretty good camera quality compared to most tablets, and with the improved performance on this one, it's easily the best small tablet option right now. You can even do 4K video editing on the iPad Mini, kind of personal preference, but I feel like the screen's just a little too small for some things like video editing. It also has video out, which is nice to connect to an external monitor, projector, or TV. I know there's some people that talk about the jelly scroll issue. I feel like some people see it, some people don't. To me, it's not really an issue, but you'll probably have at least 5-year software updates. I feel like if the Apple Pencil was included or it had an OLED display, I would probably put this in S tier, but I think I'll put this one at a high A+ tier. Now, Walmart has the On 11 Tablet Pro, which just came out in 2024. I don't feel like it's quite as good as the 12.1 inch version, but it has a really nice display. It's super cheap. You can't find a tablet much cheaper than this. It's got good screen quality, up to 90 Hz refresh rate. The screen is plenty bright enough as well. It's much better than you would think coming from Walmart, but it's probably not going to beat the Tab M11 because of software updates, and I prefer the larger 12.1 inch version. You will get better battery life on this one versus the 12.1 inch version, but still a nice cheap option from Walmart if you just need something to stream movies or TV shows or just browsing online. So for me, a C tier on this one. Make sure you like and subscribe if you agree with the rankings. Leave a comment down below if you don't. Now, the OnePlus Pad 2 is actually a really nice tablet, has really nice build quality. I like how it's curved on the edges, just feels really good in the hands. It's shaped more like an iPad, but it's got really good performance. Also works with the OnePlus Stylo 2. The official keyboard also works pretty good with it. For some reason, you don't have video out on this one, and it's not quite up to the S10 series level of software updates, but you still get 3 years software, 4 years security. But if you want to try something other than Samsung and it's going to be more affordable, this one's definitely one of the better options in my opinion. So this one's easily A tier in my opinion. Now the Redmi Pad Pro has a really nice large screen and it's pretty affordable. The software is a mix between Android and iPad OS, so sort of personal preference there, but I definitely like this one. You've also got the Poco Pad version, which is pretty much the same tablet, but I haven't reviewed that one yet. It has decent performance for the price, and it looks like you'll get 2 years software updates, 3 years security. So for this one, I would say B tier. Not too long ago, we looked at the Lenovo Tab Plus, which is actually a pretty nice tablet. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is nice, but it does have a little more unique design that I feel like it limits how you can use the tablet versus a traditional style, which is why I would probably rank this one slightly less than some of the others. But you've also got pen support with the Tab Pen Plus, and it's going to get 2 year software updates with security updates till 2028. It's got above average battery life in my testing. So overall, not bad. I would probably say the Tab M11 would be a little easier to use as a regular tablet. So I would say low B or a high C tier for this one. Now the Galaxy Tab Active 5 is a pretty unique small tablet. The fact that you can remove the battery is sort of crazy for 2024. From what I've seen online, you also get 8 years of software updates, which is more than every other tablet in this video. Plus you have the S Pen included. It's got full HD resolution up to 120 Hz refresh rate. You've also got physical buttons, so you can use those or the on-screen navigation as well. Not to mention, this is probably the most rugged tablet out of all tablets in this video. The only reason I wouldn't put this tablet in S tier is because it doesn't have an AMOLED display and the performance could be a little better in my opinion. But as far as small Android tablets go, this is definitely one of the better options out there. Even though it's geared more towards businesses or outdoor professions, it's probably one of the best small tablet options for Android users, so easily A tier for this one. I also looked at the iPlay Mini 60 Turbo and Pro. They're basically the same tablet, just a little better performance on the Turbo. I feel like they're a pretty nice tablet for the price with decent screen quality. You've got about the same battery life on both tablets, and surprisingly you get video out, which is always nice to have on a tablet. Unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get that many software updates with these, so for me these are going to be C tier. The Tab M11 by Lenovo starts with only 4 gigabytes of RAM, so it doesn't have the best performance. It does have up to 90 Hz refresh rate though. It's pretty comparable to the On 11 Tablet Pro that I just looked at, but you get 2 year software updates on this one, and you can use a pen with it, so this one's probably a better option, but it's just a good, affordable tablet that's probably a low B or high C tier, in my opinion. Now, probably one of the best cheap tablets that you'll find is the On 12.1-inch Tablet Pro by Walmart. It's got nice build quality, pretty good specs for the price. It sort of looks like an iPad as far as the aspect ratio, but it should be a good option for streaming movies or TV shows. The large screen on here looks really nice, especially for the price. The speakers are nice and loud on this tablet, but one problem with the 12.1-inch version is the battery life isn't that great compared to some of the others that I've tested. One downside is I doubt it's going to get that many software updates. Hopefully it will get at least some security updates, but this one's definitely a lot nicer than you would expect for the price. So I would put this one at a lower B or B- tier. The new iPad Air 11 and 13-inch versions are actually really nice options. You've got the M2 chip in both, so you've got good performance. They're also going to work with the new Apple Pencil Pro. You've got video out, so you can use these on a projector, TV, or external monitor. Now, if you need a tablet to do video editing, these are two of the best options out of all tablets in this video. And usually you get at least 5 years software updates for iPads. Plus, you're going to have probably more options with these than most when it comes to accessories. I know some people may not like the 60 Hz refresh rate and the Apple Pencil's not included, so I can't quite put these in S tier, but easily high A or A+ tier. It'll probably just come down to which size you prefer between these two. The Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra has just about everything that you would want in a tablet. 7 years software updates, S Pen is included, great performance, even though some people don't like MediaTek processors. Probably one of the best looking tablets as far as screen quality goes. But this is also the largest tablet out of all the ones in this video, which is probably why I use mine more like a laptop than a tablet. So I guess that would be one downside. I feel like if you use this just as a tablet with no keyboard, it's probably going to be too big for most people, unless you're just sitting this on a counter for streaming. But if that was the case, I'd probably go with something cheaper. You can also do some video editing on both the S10 and Ultra. You also have some of the best sounding speakers with both S10 tablets. I know some people may not like the notch on the front for the Ultra, but I feel like it's pretty small, so it doesn't really bother me that much. Overall though, I'm putting this one in S tier. The size of the Galaxy Tab S10 Plus used to be large, but now that we have the Ultra, it's more of a normal size, which will probably make this a better option for most people who want to use this as a tablet only, not with a keyboard. It's got really good performance. You've got 7-year software updates. The S Pen is included, plus it's got the same dynamic AMOLED 2X display with up to 120 Hz refresh rate, which looks just as good as the Ultra in my opinion, just a little smaller, and you don't have the notch. You also have Samsung DeX, just like on the Ultra version. Now, if you're looking for a smaller version of the S10 Plus, I would look at last year's Galaxy Tab S9, since there's no smaller regular size S10 this year. So easily S tier in my opinion. If you happen to see the new Fire HD 8 that just came out for 2024, I do like the small size of that tablet, but if you're going to start out with only 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB of storage in 2024, I can't really put you higher than D tier at best. The screen quality is okay for the price, and I know a lot of people out there like Amazon's ecosystem, but I prefer regular Android myself. I feel like they could do so much more with these smaller size tablets. The larger 10-inch versions are actually a little better, but as far as the new Fire HD 8 2024, again, this one's going to be D tier at best, in my opinion. I feel like that covers most of the tablets that I've looked at on the channel for 2024. We'll see if I do these more often by how you guys respond, but hopefully this helps you out if you're looking for a new tablet, or if you're like me and just like watching tier list rankings. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.